a Universal Media Access radio station.
Are you an H-1B visa holder? Do you have an I-140 petition approved or have an extension under AC-21 provisions? Are you on H-4 visa? If yes, we've got amazing news for you. As of May 26, 2015, you or your spouse on H-4 visa might be eligible for a work permit, aka EAD. And to apply, you need a lawyer who knows about H-4 visa issues. Lawyer Shah Parali has been at the forefront of this fight for H-4 rights and has actually helped make this dream a reality. Now, his firm is ready to help you or your spouse get their EADs. Call 510-742-5887 or visit www.splgpc.com to apply for your EAD. This is an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shah Parali can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shah Parali is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shah Parali, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887.
Beerables Inc. is an e-solutions company that provides custom web design, web application development, and internet marketing services to individuals and businesses. They can build powerful e-commerce sites, mobile apps, develop content, and market you on social media. They can help manage your brand's reputation and provide rock-solid customer support. Call today at 1-800-651-6091 or email us at info@beerables.com for a free consultation today. Again, the number is 1-800-651-6091.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Parali for the Shah Parali Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Parali Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sastika, namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shah Parali for the Shah Parali Law Show. And today we have a lot of news, a lot of things happening out there, and we're going to discuss them one by one. We'll be opening the line in a few. You can call 408-912-5565 if you want to discuss your case, or if you want to do a private consultation. Call us at 510-742-5887. Today I have on the board with me my friend Franco, and I wanted to say thank you to him, and also I know we already have callers already, so just give me a few minutes before I start taking the callers. Right now, a lot of things are happening. For one, we are in an election year, and it seems like Donald Trump is the nominee now for the Republican side, and on the side of the Democrats, they don't know yet, but it seems it's going to be Hillary Clinton. But based on all the factors, there is a big chance that Donald Trump will be president. So we're going to talk a little bit about basically Embrace for Impact. What's next? What can we expect to happen next year on immigration? And unfortunately, I said this 6 months ago, and now it seems it's a reality. He's probably going to be the president, but let's see how things are going to work. So right now, let me take one caller. This is Attorney Shah Parali. You're live on air. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Yes.
This is Anusha here.
Hi, Anusha.
Okay. Yeah, I have a situation here. I wanted your suggestion. I maxed out my H1 extension, H1 like maximum H1. 6 years I was in US and I'm currently in India. My perm was filed in October. It got approved in May, so in March actually. And then my I-140 was also filed and got approved this May 12th or something. So currently, my employer was processing my H1 extension for the 7th year. So I'm yet to receive my I-140 approval. Without that, they have filed the H1 extension. That is, they went ahead and filed just with my firm. So I want to understand: is this scenario okay? Like, will I be getting? I mean, will there be any rejections due to this? Um,
Well, yes and no. It might be because if 360 days it was not pending, they won't give you an extension. It's not like based on approval of perm. It's based on pending. It's different. But since the I-140 was approved, they will probably send an RFE on the case, and you can show the I-140, and then hopefully they will give you the 3 years extension. But this was a mistake. Usually you cannot file it before that. But sometimes, as a tactical matter, you can still do that. It's very hard to tell unless I look at the entire case. But I'm pretty sure you will get an RFE. You just put a copy of your I-140 and things are going to get moving. Okay? So
okay. So do you want me to take it back or just wait for an RFE in that case? Like, do you suggest taking it back or waiting?
I will not know because I have to look what the lawyer did on the case, because the lawyer should have known that you don't file an extension unless you have at least 365 days. If you had 365 days, then you will get the 1 year extension by the time it's approved. But usually if they're confused on the case, what they will do, they will send an RFE and then you can just show the I-140, and hopefully if you did the LCA right, etc., you should be able to get a full 3 years. But it's very hard unless I look at the entire case. But right now,
I have the LCA, I have everything. Just that, just the I-140 approval document is missing.
Yeah. So depends what you filed on. Did you file under an approved I-140 or what was the? This is the problem.
They
Did he file
on
under
the perm, based on the perm.
You cannot file under perm. It's pending perm you can file, not technically approved perm. Then you have to file under. That's what I'm saying. I have to know which section of the law he used. So it's very hard. I have to look at the case, but it should work because they're probably going to send an RFE, and then you just put the I-140 in there. Okay? Well, if you're having problems, just give me a call at the office. We can look at the case. 510-742-5887. Okay? Let me take another caller. This is Shaprali. You're live on air.
Hello, Shah. Good morning. Quick question.
Yes.
After the 140 approval, will I get the EAD and my spouse can also get the EAD?
How? Do you have an adjustment of status filed?
No. I just got confused, like, that's why.
Yeah. No. There's no law to get EAD and I-140. But your spouse can get it on H4 EAD. Yeah, that she can get. But you cannot get an EAD because there's no law that gives an EAD and the I-140 approval. That law has not been passed, okay? Okay? Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shaprai. You're live on air. Hello? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I know we had callers before when we start, so thank you very much for calling. You can call the studio line 408-912-5565, and this is Attorney Shaprali, and anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And we are discussing about issues related to immigration, and I started basically the show saying we are expecting now many experts, and I myself, I kind of thought about it, and according to my calculations, personally, I think Donald Trump will be the next president. It's very hard to really fight this now. So the only thing that people need to be ready, because a lot of, if he falls through with all the things that he promised his followers, then we are going to have an issue with immigration. One of them, of course, will be for people who are unlawfully here, undocumented, illegal. he will probably start a massive deportation, which many experts say is impossible. But from my perspective, it's not impossible. It's pretty easy, actually, if he wants to do it through using the summary removal proceedings, and if he actually can really kind of pack it up and send people back home, and he will, because that's what he promised. Now, building the wall is not really a big issue. The other thing that we are expecting to happen, a lot of those executive actions from President Obama will be gone, including DACA, including prosecutorial discretion, and even H4. So all this we are expecting to happen unless we see him change his directions once he becomes president. But at this point, people have to be ready. We have to be honest. Things are going to get tight, and things are already tight right now. We are seeing a lot of crackdown on students and H-1B consultants. A lot of them are really kind of in a really hard rock and a rock and a war right now. They are really getting crushed in between. And also those OPT rules are almost so oppressive, but actually it is there. Let me take one call, and then we'll discuss a little bit more about what is happening. This is Sharp Rai. You're live in air.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Raj, and I have a query. My employer has filed an EB1 green card for me under the research and development. My spouse is on H4, and recently he got picked in the lottery, and so I wanted to know, will there be any implications on this, and if so, what we need to do?
You filed an I-140 based on an EB1 for you, and your spouse is moving on H1. It doesn't affect your case at all. H1 and H4 are dual intent visa. H1 is a non-immigrant visa. The EB1 is an immigrant visa, so it doesn't affect it at all.
It will not affect? So,
No.
Because on October 1st, his status would change to H1. So
Yeah, it doesn't affect it. Did you guys file the adjustment of status also?
Pardon me?
Did you file the I-485 on the case?
Yeah.
Or just I-140?
It's like I-140, and it's EB1, right? So we are currently.
I know it's EB1, but did you file the adjustment of status?
Yes.
Okay.
Concurrent filing.
Yeah, it doesn't get affected at all because it was filed on H4. It will just continue the same. Okay? So you'll be fine. Don't worry. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay? Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Sharp Rai. You're live on air. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, we were talking a little bit about what can happen next year. And I know I'm bearing bad news, but unfortunately we need to be realistic because a lot of things are happening right now, and there's no way we can actually predict what will happen if Donald Trump becomes president. And more people are, and this is something that I was expecting, but now it's making more sense. It seems like the support are growing towards Donald Trump, and that's even support from some Democrats because a lot of people are agreeing with his message no matter what. So whether we disagree or agree with him now, we have to expect a lot of things to happen. And many of the things are already happening. There's a lot of crackdown. I'm getting a lot of calls from students who are basically getting picked up, students getting their cases denied, and H-1B cases being denied. You name it. It's a big mess going on right now already before even he's in power. So you need to be ready. You need to be careful, and especially they are going to target students, IT consulting companies, and things like that. And they're already doing it. If you look a little bit about the news, you will see a lot of they have this group who are investigating pretty much all the IT companies now. And they are going pretty much door to door with candidates and asking them questions about their job, about how they knew about the company, you name it. It's really a big thing, and they already said it's going to happen. For one, they say things are going to start happening, and also they are raiding. A lot of times we're hearing now people calling where you have a group of of ICE agent or the documents task, the fraud document task coming and asking them questions. So you need to be ready for all this because this is not going to stop now. It's going to go on for a while. So you need to make sure that you are really in good shape with all your paperwork and you are compliant with everything because a single mistake will cost you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Paradi. You're live on here.
Hey, Shah. This is Pavan here. I have a quick question about my wife. She's on a H1, and I got my, even I am on a H1, so I got my I-140 approved. And I want to ask, can we apply for H4 EAD for my wife at the same time, as well as with the H4?
Yes, you have to apply concurrently. Actually, it's advisable to do both together, not to separate them. So you should actually file it together. If you file it separately, it's going to delay the case. File both together, unless you're traveling and you're coming back on H4 and then file. My recommendation is to file it right away together.
Okay, because sorry to interrupt. Since she's already working right now on a H1, so if I apply for her H4 as well as a change of status to H4 with EAD, H4 EAD, so then does she has to go off the work till this thing is the decision comes, or how does it work?
Well, this is a good question. As long as the H4 is pending, the H4 part is pending, it's not approved, she's still on H1, so she can continue working. And then once the H4 gets approved, she has to stop working, and then usually the EAD will come like a couple of days later or 1 week later, so you should be fine. There will be just a lapse of maybe 1 week or 2 weeks maximum. But she doesn't have to stop working because until the H4 is approved, she's still on H1.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot.
Okay, good luck to you. And if you need help on the H4 and to balance it and make it work right, give me a call at the office. We'll help you on that. Okay?
To come down and have an appointment and file her for EAD with you.
Yeah, you don't really have to come down. We do a lot of remote work, so you can just call us at 510-742-5887. We handle cases all over the state, so a lot of people don't come down. We do it through the phone and emails, etc. Okay?
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good luck to you. So for those who want to apply for the H4 EAD or the H4 and they need help, give us a call, 510-742-5887. We have done a lot of them, and as you know, I've been with this H4 thing for 4 or 5 years now. So we know it very well, and so far I'm very proud to say we have not gotten a single denial. Touch wood, that doesn't mean that we are doing anything exceptional, except we are kind of we can filter those cases before they even get filed. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Attorney Shah Paradi from the Shah Paradi Law Group, and I'm discussing today about, of course, about immigration and what were we expecting for next year. And before I was talking about next year, but also a lot of people have been calling me and telling me what do we expect for July for the visa bulletin. As you know, the visa bulletin has been really is not good for India next month. It's retrogressing on EB2 to July to June 2004, and for F4 also 2001. A lot of people are really kind of feeling bad because some people were expecting their green card to come soon, and now they're not going to get it, especially people who are outside. And also for people who are here, we are hoping that the government will at least do something about that. Well, they did something in October by giving this opening for the visa bulletin, but that was just a temporary fix. It's not really a permanent fix. And now what I think is next month is July is probably going to be pretty much the same thing, status quo, maybe move much forward or backward a little bit, but not much. And I hope I'm wrong. But unfortunately, we cannot expect too much in the next few months. But let us hope things are going to change. But right now, the way everything is going is very anti-immigration, so you need to be embracing for that. Hopefully, things will be toning down after the elections, but right now things are heating up, so everybody needs to be ready. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Paradi. You're live in here.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call. I'm Shah here. I have a question regarding the perm filing and the GC process.
Yes.
And my employer has started the GC process, and they are processing in category of EB3. So I just want to know, like, once we start EB3, and is there any chance to switch over back to EB2 or EB1 later stage, or is this the one like EB3 is going to be a fixed one?
Well, it all depends on your situation. If you qualify for EB2, you have to refile under EB2. But if you're filing under EB3, you got to stick to your EB3. But later on, if you qualify for, or you get another job which qualifies you for EB2, you can always refile under EB2 and transfer the priority date. But EB2 has two requirements. One, you have to qualify for EB2, and the second, the job itself has to qualify for EB2. If you don't have one or the other, you're going to be stuck. So be very careful on that. But technically, you can. There's no problem on that. EB1, you can qualify any time if you qualify. You don't move the priority date on EB1 because you don't need to. But for EB3, you can move it to EB2 if you qualify and the job qualifies.
Okay. But I mean, I qualify for EB2, but based on the company policies, they are not processing through EB2.
Yeah, but later on, if they want to bring you to EB2, they will have to file it a separate one under EB2.
Okay. Or is it a smooth change, or it can be like?
It's not smooth. It has to be done properly, but it has to be done. You have to start it from zero and then move forward. You have to start the labor again and then etc. etc.
So the firm, all the priority date will get changed.
No. The priority date will stay with you. You can port that priority date to your EB2 later. But if you want to get the EB2, you have to start the case from scratch.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thanks for your support for the community and providing a lot of information on immigration. I really appreciate that, and I'll rigorously follow your shows. Thanks.
Oh, thank you so much. And by the way, now we have a podcast now on iTunes and Google Play, so you guys can get it. It's free. You can listen. I'm making short podcasts to help people because some people don't want to watch YouTube, so they want those podcasts. So please check it. It's on iTunes. It's Immigration Law Sharp-Raleigh and Sharp-Raleigh podcast. So please check it and subscribe to the iTunes. So let me take another caller. This is Sharp-Raleigh. You're live on air.
Yes, sure. Thanks for taking the call. I had a question on H4 EAD. So I'm on my 8th year of H1. I have I-140 approved, and my wife got her EAD through your firm. Thanks for that. The question is, now if I get a new job and I do the H1 transfer, what happens to my wife's EAD? What do I need to do?
You don't have to do anything on the EAD. Just when you file your H1B transfer, have them file the H4 extension attached to that together, and the EAD will stay. There's no problem.
Okay, I just need to make sure H4 gets transferred as well. Nothing to do on specifically for EAD. Is that right?
No. The EAD attaches to the H4. As long as the H4 is going smoothly, the EAD will follow it.
Okay, and my wife doesn't need to take a break. She can just continue as long as this application is in progress, correct?
Exactly, because the EAD is still good. As long as your H1 doesn't get cut off, her H4 doesn't get cut off, the EAD is good. Okay?
Okay, thanks, sir.
Okay, good luck to you, and thank you so much for trusting us. I appreciate that.
Always. Thank you.
Take care. Let me take another caller. This is Sharp-Raleigh. You're live in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got some very, very interesting calls on different issues, including I-140, portability of dates, and we got even questions on the EB1 and how it affects if you're changing status. So very interesting questions today, variety, and I appreciate that. You can still call. The number to the studio is 408-912-5565. I was talking a little bit about the predictions on the visa bulletin. Unfortunately, I don't see any big movement coming. And I hope I'm wrong. These are those predictions where you want to be wrong, and hopefully I'm wrong. There will be some movement. I'm hoping by the new fiscal year there will be some movement on at least the filing time, which is basically the time when you can file just to get the EAD. So I hope that one will increase. But unfortunately, we don't know right now. Things are going, from my perspective, seeing the kind of raids, the kind of things that are happening all over the U.S. I'm getting calls pretty much all over the U.S. right now, where they're basically questioning people back to back and making them their life hard. It's unfortunate, but that's what's happening. Especially for students out there. If you're a student, you better comply with every single rule, because one small mistake, they will deny your CPT, deny your OPT, and put you into removal. So be careful on that. If you're a student, yeah, it's better to stay away from schools that don't have good reputation, because that's going to be next too. So let me take another caller. This is Shah Pirali. You're live on air.
Hi, Mr. Shah. I'm
Hi.
Maria.
Hi, Maria.
I have a question regarding So I don't know, it's a realtor. So what can H1B work as a realtor? I don't know if it's related to immigration, but
It is related to immigration. The answer is probably no, because H1B is for specialty occupation, and realtors right now are not really considered as specialty occupations. So the chances are very low. People can get under finance, but as a realtor, this is very tough. Even part-time, you won't get it. So stay away from that. Okay?
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Pirali. You're 11 here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, hi, Shah. This is Santosh. Last week, I asked one question regarding the after 12 years with 140. So will we get a 1 year extension or 2 years extension or 3 years extension? I gave some codes like a 106A and 104. Did you get a chance to find out?
I didn't. Okay, the question is, do you get an extension based on an approved labor? Or I-140 you get?
I completed 9 years here. Okay, so my I got I'm on 140, so I got a 3 year extension now. So my question is, with 140 we can get only 2 times 3 year extension with 160. But after completing that 2 terms, that means the completion of 12 years.
Oh yes, I know, yeah. Unfortunately, I remember you called me and I didn't have a chance to look into it, but I'm pretty sure you're right on this. They will give you 1 year, because this problem has not really shown up before, because people were getting their green card earlier than that. But there is this proposition now that people will be able to extend indefinitely. If this goes through, then this problem will not be there. But from my experience, I have never really kind of paid attention if they were giving 1 year or 3 years after the 6 year additional extension. But I don't know if there's a rule on that. I didn't have a chance to look into it. I got very busy. I'm so sorry on that. I'm going to take a note on that and look into it. But you might be right on that. They might give only 1 year instead of 3 years. Okay? But they will continue to.
I sent you an email at info@shopperly.com. Okay, if you want, I will send you one more
can
time.
Can you resend it? It's not Shah Pirali Law. It's piralilaw.com. That's why maybe I
actually I received a reply from your colleague or your subordinate saying that asking for the consolidation, consulting. But
okay. Yeah, resend me the email at shah@piralilaw. And then I will look into that. Just put your name on that. Put on the radio, because I didn't have a chance. It was so busy last week. They are really giving a hard time to everybody. I've been working almost 13 hours a day because of all those problems happening. But I will check on it. I'm going to do some research today. I promise you. Okay.
All right? Sure. Thanks a lot. I will
Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Thank you so much for calling. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Pirali. You are live on air.
They are really giving a hard time.
Hi.
Hello.
I have a question. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Yeah. So is this live on air? I have a question.
Yeah, you're live.
For immigration.
Yes, you're live, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my question is, I was working for company A, and that company A got acquired by company B. So when I was working for company A, while I was with A, I had my I-140 approved, and then immediately after that, it got acquired by company B. So what happens to my approved I-140? Do they need to file a change or something, or do I have to go through the I-140 process all over again? How does it work?
That's a very, very good question. That depends on the rule of mergers and acquisition. You have to listen carefully. There's something called successor in interest. If the company was acquired fully, just like basically taking one company, placing it in the other, then you don't have to redo the I-140. But that depends on the lawyers, how they drafted the contract, right? So if the company was broken and sold into pieces, then yes, you have to redo it. Then there's another issue. If you're moving location, or the job is, for example, the job was in Atlanta, and now you're moving, the company will be operating in, you will be operating in California, you need to redo it also because where the place you got the labor, it has changed. So it all depends, but usually if it is a pure, full successor in interest, that means basically the whole thing is being acquired, then you don't have to do anything. You're fine.
Oh,
okay.
From what I'm told, the company, after acquisition, 99% to 1%, I think, or 94% is with the company B, and 6% is with company A. So that's how the acquisition was done, I'm told. But it is a complete acquisition of assets. So does that matter? Does acquisition of assets?
If it is just acquisition of asset, then it's not a successor in interest. You have to redo it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A successor in interest means basically you are just plugging the company in the other one.
Okay. So, when I spoke to the attorney for the company B, they said that they have to file an amendment, and they started my I-485 now. So that is why I just was confused how this works. But thank you. I will bring this up with them.
Bring it to them and make them, because I don't know what is in the paper, because you might think it's one way, but they usually don't tell the employees what they're doing, So it's very hard to tell. But if they're compliant with the rules of mergers and acquisition and successor in interest, then we don't have an issue. You're fine. They just have to amend the I-140 a little bit, and then basically they don't even really have to amend the I-140. The truth is, if it is a successor in interest. But if it is minor and they can explain, then they can put your adjustment of status together. Otherwise, they're supposed to start from scratch. It's very hard to tell because those cases requires knowledge of mergers and acquisition. Even sometimes I get confused how they merge it, but I know the law in immigration side, so you need to just double check on that. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the call. Have a good day.
No problem. I have a good article on that on my website, Pirali Law, Mergers and Acquisition. So I think it's there, but I don't know. I need to map all those articles. I have articles over 10 years on this, but I will probably do something else soon on that, because this is a question I'm getting a lot, because many companies are getting merging, getting acquired, etc. But bottom line, if you follow the rules, you should be safe. And thank you very much for calling. And just to let people know, ladies and gentlemen, I have this now. We have started some podcasts, because many times now I'm getting so many general questions that it's hard for me to write articles about them all the time. So, and even YouTube is kind of a little bit difficult sometimes. So I'm doing those podcasts. iTunes, they are on iTunes and they are on Google Play now. And they went in there, they picked them up. So please, if you go on my website, Attorney on Air, please subscribe to the iTunes. And if you like them, please review them, give us a good rating. We also have a YouTube channel. This is a lot of easier for me to pass a lot of information to people, especially when the information is general. You don't want to pay me a consultation to get those information. But at the same time, if you want a private consultation, feel free to call us 510-742-5685. 5887, the website attorneyonair.com, and we have a beautiful blog too, immigrationlegalblog.com. Let me take another caller. This is Shaprali. You're live on air.
Hi, Mr. Shah. My name is Anand.
Hi,
and my
Anand.
question is, I have seen people move from EB3 to EB2, and that's why a lot of, I would say 40-45% quota of EB2 get consumed. So can we move from EB2 to EB1 as well? If not, then why do we have any petition like where we can do that as well?
Yeah, you don't move to EB1. EB1, you just file it like that. You don't really need to move because EB1 is current. What you need to do, you need to qualify under one of the EB1s. Either you qualify for EB1A, EB1B, or EB1C. Yes, people, I do that all the time. I'm doing a couple of them. I just did one few months ago and got approved.
So I understand. Let's say, I definitely I qualify, but my filing is done in EB2, and I see that since a lot of EB3 guys coming here, so it get consumed the EB2 quota, and we are deprived of that. Those who are first time filed in EB2. So I was wondering if EB2 guys can move to EB1. If we are entitled, if we are qualified for that, do we have such kind of rule or law, or do we have any petition file, like either everything should be stopped moving here and there, or everybody can move one level up?
No, you don't move one level up on EB1. That's what I'm saying. You just have to qualify for it because EB1 is current anyway. So if you file under EB1, you file under EB1. What you're saying, if a lot of people move from EB2, EB1 will become less current? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, see, in EB3 also people are filing. They need to qualify for EB2, but still, if they qualify, they can move from EB3 to EB2, right?
No. You have to qualify too. It's not like an automatic moving, right? You have to qualify. But if you qualify on any of them,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. If 100% qualified, 200% I'm qualified, or anybody is qualified who has filed in EB2. So the way people move from EB3 to EB2, why can't EB2 guys move to EB1?
Because EB1 is not like EB2 and EB3. It doesn't. First of all, EB1 doesn't require any labor certification on any of them. EB1 is a qualification for extraordinary ability, researchers, or intra-transferring companies. So just because it's named EB1 doesn't mean it's the same category like in EB2 or EB3. It's not the same rule. Just like people who are on EB4, for example, these are for religious workers. And just like EB5 has nothing to do with employment. It's an investor visa. So people, just because the name sounds the same, it's not the same thing. It's very different.
No. Yeah, I understand whatever you're saying, and I know that. But so you mean EB3 and EB2 are in the same bucket? Both are same.
Exactly. They require
that's
the same.
The problem.
Same
Actually, we should file a petition to remove moving from EB3 to EB2. Otherwise, people who are in EB2, they are getting stuck because a lot of people from EB2 they are getting benefited out of that, and EB2 guys are
no.
No way.
People are getting it. No. It's not about moving. You still have to qualify. You moving automatically requires extraordinary ability. Very few people are able to move on that. What they are talking about here are people filing. They have an EB3, they file an EB2, and then they just transfer the priority date. This is very, very different. It's not like one is taking the other. Yeah, of course, what happened, people are waiting on EB3, and during the meantime, they go to school, they get a master's degree, and then they qualify under EB2. Of course, they will file under EB2. They're not going to let this go, Unfortunately, the best is for them to stop that game that they're playing. There's so many EB2 sitting there that they're not giving, and that's why I made this petition. The problem is that it's all politics, and it's getting very bad politics now.
Exactly. So that's what I'm coming to. I know all the rule EB1. I'm qualified for EB1 also, EB2 also, whatever. Obviously EB3. So problem is EB2 guys who have filed, a lot of quota gets filled by EB3. The EB3 are benefited, and there is no law from EB2 to EB1. They have made it separate. Even though we qualify, we can't do that. Separately you have to. Same thing should apply for other thing. Even though you are qualified for EB2, you should be in EB3. You can't move to EB2. that's what I was trying to make my point.
Okay, I understand you. So you're saying if someone filed under AB3, but it would be unfair on people, right? Because people grow. You know, like if you start from high school, then you get a degree. What do you do?
Have also grown, and they are not. They are deprived of EB1. I mean, if even though we are grown, we are managing so many people, all those things. So the problem is, in the law, there are a lot of
what needs to be changed is the law of EB1. That's what you're saying. Make a category for people who have managerial position to give them EB1. That I agree with you. That's a good idea. I never thought about that. But we have to go to Congress and pass. Maybe we should start a petition, create a new category, EB1D. That would be good.
Yes, I mean, there are so many petitions. HR 301 still not approved.
Yeah, I
don't
agree
know
with
when
you.
this.
But your point is well
approved.
taken. Now I understand what you mean. But it's a very good idea. Maybe we should try that. But right now we need to survive what we have right now with all the things going on. God knows what will happen. So I wish you. Let me go ahead. We can have let's talk about this more. This is very interesting. So let me take one last caller, and then I have to before I take the caller, Franco. I know I've been long today because these are good discussions we are having here. And just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that we do in the office is we do what we call a debt settlement. So debt settlement is how you get rid of your debts without having to file bankruptcy. And also for people who have issues about their debts, credit card debts, you name it. Right now, the market is fluctuating so bad, and people are losing jobs right and left. We can still help you about debt settlement. And how we do that, we negotiate for you about your debts. For example, you own $100,000 in a credit card, $20,000 in a credit card. We negotiate with the bank to reduce it, and you pay one lump sum and you get rid of it. We can do the same for second mortgages. And actually, because the economy is really contracting right now, even in sometimes many people are getting second mortgages settlement. We just got one good deal yesterday. So things are coming back on this. So if you have any second mortgage, you want to get rid of them, give us a call. We will help you, and we take usually on second mortgages and debt settlement, we get paid only when we get a deal. It's on a contingency. So you can call us and check our website. How we do that is called yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. And I know I have Amit on the line. Just bear with me a little bit. We had a lot of callers today, so Amit, give me a few minutes, and then you can go ahead and talk a little bit about all this. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of issues that are happening, and we are seeing that, especially people losing their job. They have huge hardship, and they end up by using their credit card, and they've been using it now. And suddenly they find themselves with a big bill. We can help them to negotiate those. We can help you negotiate pretty much most of your loans, except the first loan on houses we cannot. But second mortgages we can still do it. And litigation also. If you have any litigation issue, you owe money on a debt because you lost on a case, or they are suing you, and you know if you fight it, you're going to lose anyway. Plus, you have to pay a lawyer to go on a litigation spree. We can help you maybe cut the losses and make a deal for you. So call us if you have questions, 510-742-5887. The websites to check is attorneyonair.com and yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. And we will be back on Monday to talk more about all this. And we had some very, very interesting questions today. And I wanted to tell people we also have our podcast now on iTunes and Google Play. It's on our website. Please subscribe to it. It gives me basically a chance to show that we can really reach out to people and guide them, because what I put on the podcast are often what I don't put those on the website. So it's a good idea to subscribe to them. And it's both on Google Play and iTunes. So just go on my attorneyonair.com or just type Sharper Ali and the podcast. I'm pretty sure it will appear. So I thank you all for listening. And I wanted to say, I was talking about what will happen next year. So don't get all basically scared right now, because things are going to tone down. But at the same time, you need to be very, very careful out there. You need to take care of yourself, because we are seeing a lot of raids And for those who basically have any issues with their company, their school, you need, give us a call, 510-742-5887. If you need help on family petitions, VAWA, U-Visa is big. We will be glad to help you. The U-Visa for people who are victims of crimes. Again, everything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. Amit, are you there?
Hey, Shah, yes, I'm here.
Okay, Amit. Sorry today I got delayed a little bit. We had a long conversation.
No worries.
So I'll let you go ahead and finish. Thank you, Franco. And again, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also those iTunes. These are very, very good mounted.